All right, good afternoon, traders. Today is September 10th, 2024. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. Hey, let's go. This is the BYOB Market Wrap Up. Hey, let's go take a look at some charts for today. All right, so what do we have? Well, let's pull up a big chart of the SPY. Start out on the scratch, and let's just flip to a different one here. All right, 10-minute. We have a 10-minute uptrend going into close. Probably not going to matter much, being since CPI comes out tomorrow morning at 8:30 before options are even available to trade. All right, on the 2-hour chart, we had a 2-hour uptrend going into today. We still have that 2-hour uptrend. You can see price action and the 3 EMA are up over the 8 EMA. So still got that 2-hour uptrend. On the daily chart, what do we have on the daily chart? We have still in an uptrend. We were in an uptrend when we took out that high. Price has to take out this low. We have what looks to be an exhaustion candle to the downside, and price is retracing back to the 8 EMA right there. So we had targets today of 550. We didn't quite get there. I'm sure they're going to go tag them in the futures market overnight. I'm not sure, but I'm kind of confident it's going to happen. All right, so there's SPY. Price action for today. Higher low, higher high. Closing inside a bearish trap, but underneath the 17 EMA. SPY still in an uptrend, okay? What did we play today? Well, we had our pivot was 545.21 on the 10-minute chart. We'll set that up. So here's our pivot, 545. I think it's 545.21 or 540, somewhere right around here. 545.21, right about there, okay? So you can see we had price action and we were looking for green erases red. All right, so we had a green erases red situation right here when green erased red right on that, and we bought 552, 555 calls that expire on Friday and traded those up into the close. The target was 550. All right, we didn't quite get there, but we did get to 547.75. That was another one of our targets. The other pattern that played out today, let's go talk about that just for a second, because that kind of gave us an edge trading today, was the pattern that we identified early. Okay, so here's our pattern that we identified. You can see 544.50. That was a line, and then 544.75. Price action comes up, and then we start our consolidation. Pull back to 544.50, back up to 547.75 or thereabouts, kind of in that area. Come back to 544.50, and then we had price action move back up to 547.75, where we usually get a fork in the road, okay? Price can either rip right through, like it did today, or we get this pullback, which makes a higher low, and then rips up through to make the higher high, okay? Today's price action happened to not take the path number 2, stayed on path 1, and ripped right up through. I need to look at this, but I'll bet there was a higher low here, a possibility. I need to look at that on the 10-minute chart, and we'll see what we got for a higher. If we got a higher low, that would have probably caused this rip to the higher high. Anyways, let's go take a look at that 10-minute chart, so we can see exactly what it looks like. And that was the pattern that was identified, gave us the courage to buy this 544.50 and ride it all the way up. All right, let's go take a look. 544.50. Let's put it down to 544.50, right? A little bit lower. right there. Okay, so here's price action, and let's put the other line in. Let me duplicate this, move this up to 547.75. Okay, that was our top line, 547.75. This was our bottom line, 544.50 right there. So now I'll get my little arrows out, and you can see price starts from down here, and then we move up to the top of the channel. Then we pull back to the bottom of the channel, and then when we overnight come up to the top of the channel. All right. We make a higher low, test that higher low, but you don't really need to know about that. All you need to do is see that the pattern worked. Pattern comes back down to the bottom of the channel, okay? And then we had back to the top of the channel. And then this is where we had the fork in the road. We could either continue on, or I said there's a possibility we pull back to VWAP, or yesterday's close, or today's open right there, and then move up through there. But that was the fork in the road. It could have taken either one of those two paths. It chose the first one instead of the second one. Time was running out at the time that they found the top of this channel right here. So that was the pattern. We bought this, able to ride it all the way up to here. So it was a nice ride from 544.50 up to about 449. A lot of profit taken in at the end of the day there. So that was the pattern. I gave them the map. The map was posted in the room so everybody could see what was probably going to happen today. There's no guarantees that it's going to happen, but that was the possibility of what was going to happen. So we played that today, made some money. I did quite well. Made about, let's see what we got here. Okay, I got, looks like $2,000 in realized gains right there. Okay, so a little over $2,000 trading that. I was underwater in the morning due to all of this. Okay, I was underwater due to the gap up, and then price came back right there. Okay, so there's SPY on the 10-minute chart. All right, let's run through these real quick. Excuse me. Going to take a look at QQQ next. All right, on QQQ, what do we got? Same thing as SPY. Higher low, higher high, closing inside the bearish trap onto the 17 EMA. QQQ broke this high, so it's in an uptrend. It won't be in a downtrend until it breaks this low. I'm going to run through them all real fast, okay? FNGU. FNGU in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend since it broke this high right here with this peak right there. It won't be in a downtrend unless it breaks that low or creates a higher low and then breaks through that. Okay, so FNGU still in an uptrend even with this harsh pullback. Again, SPY, even with the harsh pullback, we're still in an uptrend. Same with QQQ, still in an uptrend even with the harsh pullback. Okay, because we made the higher high. All right, let's take a look at Diamond Dow. Diamond Dow been in an uptrend. It actually made a new all-time high about 6 days ago right here. That was a new all-time high for Diamond Dow. Okay, price action is still in an uptrend, just pulling back. Price action for today, looking like a lower high and a lower low, closing inside a bearish trap, but over the 17 EMA. Diamond Dow still in an uptrend. Okay, so of the Fab 5, those 4 are still in uptrends. SPY, QQQ, FNGU, and Diamond Dow. Now here's the one that's not in an uptrend. Okay, this was pretty technically damaged right here. Okay, when they took out this low and these lows right here. Okay, so price action needs to take out that high to be in an uptrend, or create a higher low and then take out this high right here. That would put it in an uptrend. IWM still in a downtrend due to breaking this low and breaking that low right there. So there's IWM on the daily chart. It's still kind of bullish. If you look at this, it's up over those anchored VWAPs. today's price action kind of got underneath them. Got a lower high, a lower low, closing underneath the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Not really what we wanted to see there. I would have liked to see this recover and get back up into this valley right there. Get above that valley bottom. That's what I would have liked to see. All right, so let's take a look at some technicals. Today, price action, okay. The bears threw us out of the buyer's chop zone, okay. So we wound up in the seller's chop zone, tried to get into the seller's, wound up in the sell zone, tried to break into the seller's chop zone, got tossed out of there, made a higher low, made a little mini lower high, all right, made another higher low, and we found ourselves making a higher high coming back into the seller's chop zone. So nice recovery. Like to see us back over the midpoint, back up here into the buyer's chop zone. All right, let's take a look at it on T2123. Price action for today. You can see a little bit of the W pattern happening there. So selling from the beginning of the day almost till the 2 o'clock hour. All right, there's your 2:30 martinis right there. And then they just said, hey, what are we doing? We need to be buying this. All right, and then they started the buying program. CPI is coming out tomorrow. It's guaranteed to be good. That's what I think they're saying. All right, so there's T2123, okay? Putting in a lower high and a lower low. Price action needs to put in a higher high, okay? Need to see price fill these gap downs. I need to see price make higher highs. Not happening yet on T2123. The good news is 200 SMA is caught up here between the two prior all-time highs right there. This is the all-time high, which is only, looks like it was made on the 3rd. Today's the 11th. So about 7 days ago, we were at a new all-time high for T2123. This is the prior all-time high before we made that one. This is the prior all-time high before we made this one right here in July. Okay, made this one. See that? In July 31st, we made that one. Okay, this one we made 7 days ago. All right, so T2123 got the 200 up here in the between the two prior all-time highs. That's very bullish, but what's not bullish is price is not on top of it. We need price on top of it. Need price to move up and consolidate and hold the higher ground. It was for 3 days here, but then they lost it. All right. So there is, good news is there is some support right here at the prior all-time high right here at this first green line. So we'll see how low they want to go. That was a big drop today. Didn't need that, but may get another big drop tomorrow. We'll see. CPI is coming out tomorrow morning at 8:30. That is before the market opens. So very well may be down here and then back up. Who knows? We'll see what happens. All right, we're going to look at the same chart, but we're going to look at it on a 3-bar chart. Okay, you can see 3 more red candle bars right here. Price action back between the two prior all-time highs. Still got a lot of space between a rising 200 SMA, all right, and the price action, all right. So that in reality, this is pretty decent bull flag, as long as they don't let the fabric of the flag continue too much longer, okay. So we got ourselves like a move up here, all right. So a move up, and then like a 30-degree pullback. Those are usually nice. Then you usually get a nice rip to the upside after they find support. Now, hopefully they find support pretty soon, maybe right about into here. Okay, that would be nice. Or maybe on that gap fill. Looks like they almost hit that today right there. A little gap fill happening right there. Should be some support right here if they want to continue this tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Okay, so that's T2123 3-bar chart. Let's go take a look at FNGU. FNGU was bullish today. Look at this. From the beginning of the day. Okay, we got green. Little 3-4 candle pullback right here. All right, and then we got some more green. Wound up. Trading up over the regular VWAP here. So nice move on FNGU. I need FNGU to get on the other side of this falling Death Star 200 SMA right here, okay? We've got to get on the other side of this force field and be up on top of this red 200 SMA falling down upon top of us, okay? So looking for FNGU to get on the other side. Right now, as FNGU did bounce off of support, there is support there at 320, 315, 310. So a little bit of support right there. Don't need it coming down all the way back down here to 250 to test those lows, okay? You can see this is one of those price action where the fabric of the flag gets way too extended. It's almost longer than the flagpole now, okay? It's almost looking like it's drooping on the ground. You know how we hate when flags hit the ground, okay? So this is FNGU, flags way too long here. Time for the bulls to step in, give us a rip back up to these highs. All right, so that's that. Let's take a look at a few sectors. All right, we'll start off with some energy. All right, on energy, we'll start with USO. USO's in a downtrend. Okay, USO got in a downtrend by taking out that valley low right here, this valley low right here, this valley low right here. When it took out those valley lows, it entered a downtrend, okay? So price action for USO. It's currently in a downtrend. Price action today got a lower high and a lower low, closing underneath a bearish trap, okay? See the 3 underneath the 8, and all of that still underneath this falling 17 EMA. So USO in a downtrend. Could be all those electric vehicles taking the wind out of the petroleum market. We'll see what happens. I'm all game for some lower fuel costs, that's for sure. All right, it's about time those EVs kind of finally kick in and lower the price of gasoline. That would be nice. All right, let's take a look at UNH. Not UNH, UNG. UNG, this is Nat Gas. Now, Nat Gas is in an uptrend. We started our uptrend when we broke that high right there. Okay, so Nat Gas in an uptrend. Nat Gas almost took out the all-time low right here. A little scary situation right there. See how close we came? See that candle right there? That is the all-time low for UNG. UNG in an uptrend, failed to make the lower low. Price action for today's candle is a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap. That's a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Okay, that's good. Like to see the bulls step in and start making those higher highs. Here's UNG on the daily chart, still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at SLV. SLV still in an uptrend. Let's pick a new chart. All right, SLV in an uptrend since we took out this high right here. SLV price action for today, even though it's pulling back, we've got a higher low and a higher high closing inside the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. So SLV hanging on to the uptrend. GLD also in an uptrend. All right, much better looking chart on GLD. Why? Well, you can see price action moves up and it holds the higher ground. We like that. That's nice consolidation right there. Price action for today. Higher low, higher high, closing over bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA. This thing looking ready like it wants to pounce to the upside. We have targets for GLD. Upside target for GLD is, see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. We'll find it later. Anyways, it's up here around 270, 260. Okay, so that's GLD. All right, let's take a look at SMH. Okay, SMH in an uptrend, but again, it's another one of those charts where the fabric of the flag is getting longer than the flagpole. We're in an uptrend since we broke this high, but we've just been pulling back. Still in an uptrend, technically. Just keep pulling back here. It's not going to be long. The fabric of this flag is going to be longer than the flagpole, but sure getting there fast. There's SMH. XLK, technology sector. SMH was the semiconductors. KXLK, another one of those long fabric flags right there. Okay, XLK. In an uptrend till it takes out this low. SMH, again, in an uptrend till it takes out this low. All right, let's take a look at XLI. Now, XLI, about 6 days ago, put in a new all-time high. So that's an uptrend right there. That's a nice bull flag right there. I like that. Move up, move back, and then a rip up. All right, need to see the rip up. Time for the bulls to put in the higher low and the higher high. Okay, like to see that. Okay, so there's XLI. XLI's in an uptrend. XLF. XLF also in an uptrend. See if we can pull this up. XLF, about 5 days ago, put in a new all-time high right there. Okay, so still in an uptrend, XLF. Got a lot of sectors in the uptrends. Okay, you got precious metals in an uptrend. We got financials in an uptrend. Industrials in an uptrend. Nat gas, barely in an uptrend. Petroleum, not in an uptrend. We had small caps and mid caps. That would be the T2123. Those are in uptrends. We got FNGU is in an uptrend, but I don't think it knows it. All right, and that's the big one. Okay, because that one jerks the market around. That's the one that has all those heavy-weighted stocks that are in the QQQ and the SPY that tend to jerk the market around. They're kind of like the leash, while the market indexes are the dogs. And that leash kind of jerks the market around, especially when those big caps start moving up. So here's XLF uptrend. So we do have some uptrends going on. We are ready for a robust rally. And FNGU just bounced off of support. Hopefully it can get over that 200 SMA on the 15. All right, so there's XLF. Let's take a look at retail, XRT. Here's retail. Retail not in an uptrend. Okay, why? Because it took out this low, took out that low, took out that low with this bottom here, and we failed to take and make a new high right there. So we're still in a downtrend technically, okay? And you can see it's another one where the fabric of the flag is getting longer than the flagpole almost, all right? So here's the XRT, still in a downtrend. Not going to be long. It's going to be sitting on support. And we'll see if we can find some support here. It should have really found some support right there. And we're underneath support. That's not a good sign. So that's XRT. That's our retail sectors. That's retailers. And let's take a look at one last one. IYT. This is our transport. It's one of my favorite ones because this tells me if stuff's getting moved around the country. All right, IYT right here. This is the transports. We're in an uptrend since we broke this high right there. See this? Got a little peak. All right. See this peak goes up and then comes down. Okay, so there's like a hilltop or mountaintop. Well, we made right here. We made a higher high, so that makes us in an uptrend. Okay, so price action for transports is moving up, and it's kind of holding the higher ground up here. Not real convincing, but it's doing pretty good. Okay, it's hanging out over this anchored VWAP. All right, I like that. I like that it's up. You know what I do like? I like that it didn't go up and then come back down. Okay, because that's what it could have done, but instead it's kind of gone up and then over to the right. A little sloppy, but I'll take it, okay? Still in an uptrend, all right? So you got transports in an uptrend, semiconductors and technology in an uptrend. We got industrials in an uptrend. We got financials in an uptrend. We actually have T2123, which is the unweighted market, NYSE, all right? That's in an uptrend right there, okay? Just pulling back, but it's in an uptrend. So we got small caps, mid caps in an uptrend. We don't have the Russell 2000 in an uptrend, but T2123 is in an uptrend. We got FNGU in an uptrend, but the fabric's just getting longer than the flagpole. So this is the one that needs to turn around. If this can turn around, we could have ourselves a nice robust rally. And the catalyst for that might be tomorrow morning. CPI comes out at 8:30 before the market opens up. There'll be some volatility. I suggest just kind of holding off. Let the pattern kind of shake out. They're probably going to test some high. They're probably going to rip some stops on the lows and the highs before setting off in the direction that they choose. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow at 8:30. I want to thank you, everybody, for showing up today. I hope you made some money. All right, thanks, Alan. Thanks, Stefan, Brad, Robert, Alpha Dog. Appreciate it. Marley, everybody, appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Thank you, T. Thank you, Ed Carter, for all that you do. I want to thank everybody out there in digital land. Thank you for being a part of my Facebook group, or you're a part of my YouTube channel and you leave kind comments. I love that stuff. I appreciate that, okay? And I got a saying that goes in my room, and it goes like this: I'm not a success unless you guys are a success. Let me put that up there. Okay, this kind of identifies what happens when you come into our room. Okay, again, I'm not a success unless you're a success. So if there's any traders out there in my room that are members, got to be a member of BYOB, could be a trial, doesn't matter to me, as long as you're a trial or you're a member, okay? If you're not making money in my room, all right, let's get together, do a 15-minute consultation, and let's look at some charts and look at some failed trades, and let's take a look at it so we can get you turned around, all right? That's my pledge to you. I'm not a success unless you are, all right? And I want to get you turned around, and we're working on it with a couple of traders right now, and things are looking good. I think they are, okay? Just a little tweaking, a little bit here, a little bit there. Okay, so I offer free 15-minute one-on-one sessions. I do them on Skype. All right, so you just have to load Skype onto your computer, and we record them so that you guys can have something to go back and look at, actually forever, if you download that recording. So there you go. All right, again, I'm not a success unless you're a success. All right, and I always wish everybody the best success in trading and wealth building. All right, traders, that's it for me for today. All right, I'll see you guys all tomorrow, 8 o'clock in the morning. CPI is going to shake us up. Let's see what's going to happen. All right, until then, have a good evening.